And a certain man, lame from his mother's womb, was carried, whom they laid daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered into the temple, who seeing Peter and John about to go into the temple, asked a alms. And Peter, fastening his eyes upon him with John, said, Look on us.
He took him up and he said, rise up and walk. And, I don't want to go that far in the scripture. I think we need to go, we skip the point. And sometimes I'm unorthodox and we're run by certain scriptures in the Bible that need to be talked about. The point I'm making here is they laid him daily at the gate. Every day they lay this man at the same spot so he can beg for money. Every day at the same spot, he'll come, and every Sunday, it's amazing that every Sunday he came by the church and he laid at the church because he know folk give tithes and offerings, so he knew that's a good place to get money. If you want to get some money, you go near the church. Somebody got a soft heart around the church. But Peter and James and John looked at him and said, fasten your eyes on us. He said, look on us. And they looked at him and they said, well, you don't need money. You need to get up. But the fact that people will lay you at the same place, or you'll find yourself at the same place year after year, day after day, doing the same thing. And that's what, it wasn't so much he was lame, his mind was lame. Because with his condition, his mind went with it. Every day I'm prepared. If it was cold, he prepared to be laid at the same spot. If it was hot, he would prepare. And some people prepare for their lameness. Some people prepare to be lame-minded, lame thinking, going to the same job, dealing with the same lame folks, doing the same lame things. At the same spot. And sometimes I tell people, maintenance ain't growth. Maintenance ain't growth. People who are lame, now the new, like we was talking about, addictions, they call addictions is right now is a disease. But addiction, you know what it is? It's a choice originally. It ain't cancer. Cancer, nobody asks for cancer. That's a disease. Nobody asks for sickle cell. That's a disease. You don't inhale or drink a cup of, AIDS. You get it by your activities, but you don't ask for it. It's not self-induced. It was a decision made somewhere to get alcohol or drugs. But once you get it, you become lame because you can't function. And lameness is a dysfunction. And dysfunction is the ability not to function normal. And we grow up lame. And see, here's the problem. He was born lame. So being lame is all he knew. Some people are in the same neighborhood and drugs and alcohol and smoking and howling and fussing and cussing and shooting is all we know. That's all we know. And you know what? Coming from a bad neighborhood will make you lame. Coming from a dysfunctional family will make you lame. Being from a fatherless or motherless family makes you lame because that's all you know. And the only reason why people ain't bad, but their point of reference is. I can't expect a person for $1 million if they don't got it. I can't expect a person for love if they don't got it. I can't expect the people from being faithful if they don't have it. If a person ain't seen faithfulness in their home, if they ain't seen soberness in their home, they're going to model what they do. That's where they come from. Wherever they plant it, that's where they bloom at. So when you meet folk, you want more. It's a bad thing when we want more for folk that don't want for themselves. That's why I don't get discouraged and I don't fight over who come to church, who do this, who do that, because they don't want nothing. The reason why the place look the way it is, because I want something. And I'm looking for folk that want something too. Want more than what it is. Because they lame. And they at the same spot. Have you ever seen, I seen people, I used to go to my old neighborhood and I was a child. And when I was a child, I saw grown folk, grown men hang around Junebug and all of them around the neighborhood, and they stand on the corner. And that's when I was 10, 6, 7, 15, 14. I'm kissing 50. And guess where Junebug and all them? Still on the same corner. Saying the same thing. I've been around, did things. Some people been around the world. And I would imagine, I look at him, I say, Deacon John been around the world and came back, and they still in the same spot. So when they come in, hey, man, I remember you little tired. Yeah, I remember your mama. You remember when you saw me last. And that's where you try to put me in the same spot, but I ain't there no more. I don't live here no more. I'm a whole different person. By me running around, going to see other people, meet new people, I have picked up experiences, I have learned things, and that old little kid has changed. This is not the same guy you knew from around the way. I look different, I talk with, I think different because I didn't remain in the same spot. But all you can keep me, that's why I don't associate with folk around the way, because they want to put you back where they met you. That's right. I'm not in the same spot. I got to get up from here. So by me going around, let me say this something. It's a sad thing if you can only hang around folk that act like you and talk like you. That's dangerous. You can't grow off your peer. You always grow off of somebody who's greater. There is people who are on another level you are on. There's all people who are greater than you, have more experience than you, richer than you, look better than you, and it's always somebody's better. But you don't have to be like them. But you know what? In order to grow, be around them, get some experience. All you have to do is be great on your level. But there's nothing wrong because you are 2, you hang around with 5s. Because you know what? By hanging around with 5s, 5 will make you 3. You ain't got to be a 5, but a 5 will make you 3. But if you hang around a 1, you'll be 0. If you hang around a 2, you'll remain the same. Because 2 will only go talk about 2 stuff. But get around a 5, get around a 10. And the more you get around folk that's great on you, you hang around, you will pick up the attributes of growth. You'll pick it up. Don't remain in the same spot with the same folk doing the same lame things. You find out, and you find out people who are in the same spot. This man laid at the sad part about it. From birth, he was lame. And they put him by the gate called Beautiful. That means he had ugly legs or ugly disorder by a beautiful gate. You know what? You can be in places in life where everything around you is beautiful but you. It would bother me that hear me got some ugly deformity by a beautiful gate. You can see beauty. You see folk walking in and out, but you can't walk. You see folk coming in with their offering and coming to church, but he never went into the temple. He laid outside of the temple. And when you are lame, you always are an outsider. You can never go in. You can never be a part because you'll use your lameness as a crutch. And what he did, he asked for money. But money didn't fix his disorder. Money didn't help him. That's why Peter, James, John said, money have I none. Such I give you. First he said, look on me. Again, what I meant, look at folk that's doing something. Yeah. First, before that man get up, Peter told him, look at me first. Put your eyes on me. John put his eyes on him. and said, now, look what I'm ready to do. Then he took him by the hand. You need somebody to pull you up to get out of the same spot. You know something? Somebody will always lay him at the temple, but why nobody ever took him in? You can have people that take you to but so far, but won't take you in. That's why you don't get hung up on people. Because people can bring you to the gate of success and greatness, but they won't take you in. People will help you but so far. But don't let them start talking about you too much. Don't let them give you much amen. Don't let nobody compliment you too much, boo-boo, or we will lay you right at that gate so you won't get in, because now you're getting my attention. That's why I don't get hung up on folk. I ask God to heal me. Let me say this. I'd rather not have money, but have my faculties. Because if I got my mind, I got my money. If I got my ability, I got my money. Because God said, I'll give you the ability to get wealth, not get wealth, get wealth. I'd rather be broke and healthy than rich and go to the doctors every 5 minutes. I'd rather be broke and walking around running. I can brush my own teeth, clean my own behind. There's somebody, I'm a millionaire on a respirator, walking around trying to breathe. Because I'm lame. And I don't want to be lame. I don't want what happened in my past. I don't want, here it is. This is things can lame you. Where you grew up where your neighborhood. What you got involved with. What happened to you. Abuse, divorce can lame you as an adult. People got disorder, separation disorder. Some of this stuff that happened to folk is because it happened when they was at birth. Some of this stuff you were born with. That man was born lame. That man was born with a condition. We didn't know how he got there, but that's all he know. So people say, well, he could get it. No, he couldn't. He had to get some help. And stop knocking folk that you don't know how they was raised. Oh, they gay, they lesbian. You don't know who put their hands on them when they was a child. That man crazy. That man, he an alcoholic, but he might be a model alcohol. Because people who drink in their family, they drink. But then here it is. He might have a family that never drunk, but his cousin Ralph was an alcoholic, and that alcohol gene was in your boy. My daughter right there got ways like me. I never taught her. I used to think, oh, that wasn't true. She do crazy stuff that I do. And I'm like, she wasn't even born when I did that. Why she do that? But you know what? And when I see her do some things that I used to do, I don't think, and when you see it on the outside of you, you think folk crazy. Till I find out they got it from you. But some of that stuff can be, if you gonna have conditions, everybody got something wrong with everybody. I'm a pastor, and I got a little crazy stuff going on with me. And I can admit that because I know everybody got crazy stuff going on with them. But when we come to church, we had to dress it up. And we can hold back that craziness for at least 2 hours, I hope. And then we go home, we see our quirkiness. Because we don't know, sometimes we don't know what make us lame. And we can even, people say, well, use this as a crutch. Yeah, but people on crutches still move. You can have a crutch. Everybody got a crutch. Everybody got something, a deficiency that goes on in there. And it don't have to be physical. Because you can have a mental crutch, because we don't talk about mental health in the church. Because if here it is again, you could be the most beautiful woman in the world, but if you think you ugly, you'll be having people chopping on you all the time. And you can be a person that may not that great looking, but if you have a crazy charisma, people think you the beautiful. I know some folk that don't look all that, but their charisma is so great, they make you think they're beautiful. But they don't use whatever deficiency as a crutch. But people will put you in the same spot. You will stay in the same spot if you don't move. But Peter and James and John had to help him and he said, once he touched him, he said immediately he gave strength in his ankles. So he must have had problems with his legs. And then he came up leaping, read the rest of the chapter, and jumping. He was more excited that he got free because he didn't need money. Money couldn't fix his condition. And we try to put money on certain things. Money won't make you happy. Let me say this. You don't need money to have everything. You don't need to have money to have everything. I ain't got money, but I'm happy. Yeah, I would like money. Don't get me wrong. It'd be nice to have money. But if you can get what you want when you want it, you're rich. And if all your needs are met, God said, I'll supply your needs, not your wants all the time. But he did say he'll give you the desires of your heart. But first you need met. People don't understand something. Some of us have a need, and some of us don't get your needs and your wants mixed up. Because your wants will lame you. And you'll put more focus on your wants than what you need. Oh yeah, you would like to have, oh Lord, I need a car. It don't have to be a Mercedes.